Oh, we got so much tea today. Porsha Williams' husband, Simon, is facing deportation after his criminal history has been exposed. Is he about to get deported? We also have Jax Taylor, who is slamming breakup rumors after he was spotted with a new woman out and about. And people are suspecting that Brittany has moved out of their house. I hope you're ready. Let's get it, honey. You're listening to No Filter with Zach Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What up? Happy Monday. What is today? President's Day? Is today Happy Trump Day? What's today? Happy Biden Day? Oh, it is President's Day. Hello, happy birthday to all the presidents of the world. It is election year. It's very crazy. It'll be very interesting to see who we have to vote for this year. But we don't care about politics. We're here for the tea, the reality TV tea. I do just want to say, not only happy Monday, but I do just want to say, dun, 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 dun. Disaster Daters, which premiered last week with me and my boy Jeff Epstein. Yes, that's his real name, unfortunately. And you'll get into why he hasn't changed it yet and all of the things if you listen to episode 1 of Disaster Daters. 2 episodes are out now, 6 episodes only. So our next 2 episodes will drop this Wednesday, and then the final 2 episodes will drop next Wednesday. So get ready. It's called Disaster Daters. It's available on all podcast platforms, so you can go and listen. Or if you want to watch it, you can watch it exclusively on Spotify. We debuted at number 44 on the Apple Top 100, which is not bad for a brand new podcast in a category Jeff and I have never been in. Which is outside of the pop culture, reality TV, entertainment news worlds. So it's good. It's exciting. Number 44 is incredible. The reviews that you guys have left on Apple have been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They mean so much to us. They really help the show boost. So if you are listening on Apple, please continue to leave us those reviews. I love how detailed the reviews are too. People are like, I loved this moment, this timestamp from episode 2 or whatever. It's great. It's hilarious. It's wild and unhinged. And if you're at Miss Diamond says you got to feel proud about that, Zach. I am proud about that. If I can have an Apple Top 100 podcast, which is No Filter, that I've kept around consistently for 9 fucking years. 9 years I've kept the show alive, and we still continue to grow and break new benchmarks every year. And then to launch a new show in a whole new category. I'm like, are people going to be interested in sex, dating, and relationships with me and Jeff? And you guys showed up, and we are so grateful. I'm so grateful. Especially because you guys know about the Spotify deal that I almost had back in 2022. So here we are, year and a half later, taping our show at Spotify Studios in DTLA, living life, doing the damn thing. And it feels good. It feels damn good. The vindication. Also, this week, so last week I was on the OKOP podcast, which if you guys did not catch that, hilarious. We talk about open relationships, polygamy, all that fun stuff. The OKOP guys were on this podcast a couple weeks ago. So you can tune into that right now on the OKOP. You can watch that on their YouTube channel. They're also Spotify creators. And then this week I'm going to be on Jeff Lewis Live. Jeff Lewis Live this Wednesday. Holla. So be sure to tune in, download the Sirius XM radio app, and get ready because this Wednesday, a bitch gonna be on Jeff Lewis, and I'm sure we're gonna get unhinged and it's gonna be popping. And then I'm also taping Taylor King's podcast, Making Moves, because that's what we do, baby. We make some moves. We make money moves. We make money moves. So I hope you're enjoying your day off. If you are, definitely tune into Disaster Daters. Like I said, first 2 episodes are live now. Catch the next 2 next week. It's great. It's hilarious. It's wild. We talk about dating Andy Cohen. I'm trying to think of all the things that come up. Dating Andy Cohen, going on dates and being treated like we're famous accidentally, sleeping with little people. There's so many. I'm trying to think of all. We talk about like red flags. We talk about, there's so much that we taped. Taping it all was like a blip. Because we had like 2 weeks to pull the show together. We had the concept, we'd been thinking about it. Then Jeff went out of town for a whole week, and it was like, okay, rush to the finish. get into Spotify, tape all the episodes, do a photo shoot, do a video shoot, edit everything together. It was like boom, 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 and we made it happen. Pop. Okay, so listen to Disaster Daters. That's my last little promo about that. Disaster Daters, catch me on Jeff Lewis this Wednesday. Okay, let's get into the tea. Let's start with Jax Taylor. Only because I feel like when it comes to Jax, I mean, there have been so many rumors about the nastiness about the husband, since he is Brittany Cartwright's husband. So he is shutting down the breakup rumors. So it all kind of sparked, I guess people have noticed, or they were like trying to be like, ooh, Jax hasn't really been around with Brittany lately. I don't think they're living together anymore. And I was kind of like, really? You don't think they're living, like, I don't know, people just read too much into things. And then you have these YouTube channels or just people on the internet that go and spread this low budget tea, really just because. Listen, one thing about me is you may not always like my opinions, you may not always like my takes on things, but they're always very honest and authentic to me. They're always very honest, unfiltered. They may be tough to digest sometimes. I may get a little unhinged and pop off on a bitch sometimes, but I'm never going to pander to people, and I'm not going to do it just for clickbait. Sometimes, I know titles and SEO stuff can come off a little clickbaity, but for the most part, you're listening to No Filter. You're watching No Filter with Zack Peter, and that's exactly what you're going to get, whether it's about my personal life, my dating life, my sex life, my friends, my encounters with Bravo Labs, Star, whatever, breaking the news, interviewing people. It's always going to be consistent, and it's always going to be 100. Okay. Just because somebody or just because people, not someone specifically, but just because people want to make a little cash, make a little coin off of you, and so they're going to mislead you or sell you low budget tea, then that's fine. Let them do them. But I'm always going to keep it 100 on this channel. So Jax and Brittany, Brian Scott Peterson says, fun fact, Jax is actually Jason and was in the same high school class as my younger brother. He was a dork. Well, we know Jax was Jason Cucci, right? Jason Couchy. His last name is Couchy, but I'm sure they called him Jason Cucci, and that's why he changed his name to Jax Taylor. Jax Taylor with his Brittany Cartwright, his country bumpkin, which I just found out the other day. Somebody said that it's racist to call people country bumpkins. Never mind. Not even going to entertain them. But anyway, woo woo. So it all came out when this photo, I think, stirred up the biggest speculation. It's a photo of Jax. It was on an Instagram story. It says dinner in Montreal, and it timestamps Montreal, and it's Jax getting real cozy with this cute girl, right? And everyone's like, ooh, who's this cute girl? Why is he getting cozy with her? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, for people that don't know, he was in Montreal on a work trip. He was there with Tom Schwartzy Bang Bang, which, I mean, to be fair, anytime Schwartz is around, you can only assume that his friends are having affairs. But in this case, this woman is Lori Kay, who is their publicist. She does publicity for Jax Taylor. And so then Twitter started going crazy, and they're like, ooh, she's not doing her job if she's fanning the flames and making people think that he's having an affair, blah, 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 right? And they're like, ooh, this girl's thirsty and she's terrible at her job. And I was like, actually, she's fucking great at her job. Guess why? Because we're all fucking talking about her client. That's her job, to get us to talk about her client. Oh, wait, doesn't The Valley premiere in a few weeks? I think, what was it, 4 weeks, 3 weeks? It comes out, I believe, the 19th. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it premieres. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're 5 weeks out from the premiere of The Valley. I believe it's the 19th, not the 12th. Maybe, no, I believe it's the 19th. So we're probably going to get a trailer for The Valley this week or next week at the latest, now that we're 5 to 4 weeks out, which is typically when Bravo drops the trailers. So it seems pretty wise, right, to get people talking about your client as we're building up hype and buzz. Even if it wasn't intended to go as far as it has with the speculation that everybody has thrown on Jax and Brittany, even when it hasn't, you don't expect it to go as far, posting a photo like that looks a little flirty, looks a little intimate. So people are going to speculate on that. As a publicist, your mind has to be 10 steps ahead to prevent your client from being in a PR crisis, and instead to be a PR fixture. That is what is happening here. We see Lori and Jax getting cozy together in Montreal. And it's innocuous, right? I mean, come on, Jax is even still wearing his wedding ring in this photo. Furthermore, it appears Jax and Brittany are still living together because just the other day, last Thursday, February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, Jax and Brittany just released a new podcast episode. The podcast episode couldn't have been taped that long ago because they talk about watching the Super Bowl, which was on Super Bowl Sunday, which was February 11th. So literally a week ago, they were together watching the Super Bowl, taping a podcast together after that, and it's now being released on the 15th. I'm sure we'll get another podcast this Thursday. He's literally out of town. He's working to pay his bills. Okay. I don't think it's that salacious. I don't think he's paying his PR person. I think she's stirring up she's getting people talking, and that's what her job is. That's just what they do. What it do, boo. Okay. It ain't that salacious. Listen, and now we're all talking about Jackson. We're all talking about the Valley. Smart. Smart, 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 smart. So yeah. She did her job. So we have the podcast. Brittany, even the other day ago, at the end of last week, maybe Friday, she posted Thursday or Friday. She posted like a series of photos. One of them shows her like sitting down in her green screen, taping her confessionals for the Valley. You can see Jax's shoulder right there. So they're very clearly still, whether they're having a moment or not. I'm sure we'll see it play out on the new season of the Valley, whatever they're going through. But I mean, come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm not going to give you the clickbait, even though it sounds more salacious to be like, ooh, is Jax having an affair? Ooh, daddy. No, sorry. He's not having an affair. Oh, and then not only that, but Jax himself denied it. He's like, no, I'm not having an affair. Like, why would people say this? He was responding to comments the other day. One person wrote, is him and Brittany not together anymore? They spelled and wrong. But they said, are they not together anymore? And Jack said, why would you say that? I can't take a trip without my wife for work. Eye roll emoji. And then another person responded, like, gossip sites are saying that you cheated. It's all over the news and every social media outlet. Only the low budget ones. And so then somebody else commented, they're like, these rumors are going around that you had another Vegas fiasco, which honestly would be great for ratings, but horrible for a family to go through. And then someone said, Up and Adam is saying that you guys are split. And then Jax responded, wow, after everything that's happened, seriously? Well, you are who you consume. He can't do any better than Brittany. No, he can't. And he's not going to screw that up. He knows that. And he's got a kid now. They're married now. Like, circumstances are way different. Brian says, I live in the Valley. It's rainy and crappy outside right now. Yeah, I'm in LA. I'm in downtown. It's a disaster outside. All that rain. It's raining. It's pouring. Jax is snoring. He bumped his head and went to bed and won't wake up in the morning. Does that mean he died? Oh my God, we were singing that. Did he die? Did the old man, when it's raining and it's pouring, did he die? Because he went to bed and bumped his head and didn't wake up in the morning. He died. Oh my God. Why were we singing that? The poor old man. Not Ekin Sue, Lord, not Ekin Sue. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oof. He died. The rain killed him. He thought it was going to be driving in LA during the rain, and little did he know he was just going to bump his head when he went to bed. Ooh. They were all like that. Even ring around the rosy, pockets full of posy. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. What's so bad about ring around the rosy? I know the Catch a Tiger. Yeah, that one I know is real bad. My grandma told me about that one. She's like, "That's not what we used to sing when we were little." And I was like, "Ooh," and she's like, "Yeah, we don't repeat this story." And I was like, "It's okay, Grandma. I won't until I'm on my podcast." Rockabye Baby is another one. My daughter hears it and is like, why was the baby in a tree? Rockabye Baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Why is the baby in a tree? It's a plague song. What's a plague song? Listen, we're not doing nursery rhymes anymore. Okay. People be crazy. Listen, that's because back then we didn't have social media. We didn't have the good kind of drugs that we have now. So when people were losing their minds, they would just lose them and they would put their babies in a tree. Ring Around the Rosie is about the Black Death. Well, I mean, listen, that's one way to get through tragedy is to like make light of it, right? If you got to survive a plague, you might as well ring around the rosy about it. Ring around the rosy refers to the rash that gets to the rash on gets with the plague. Oh my god, I need to. Ugh, sorry, that was gross. I have a nose hair sticking out and it's bothering me. No filter with Zach Peter. Okay, let's move on. God. Okay, so Jax he shuts down the cheating rumors. Lori's doing her job and good for her, right? Okay, let's talk about the Porsha stuff. But before that, did anybody catch the new season of Love is Blind? Because Love is Blind this season is so good. Sorry, my nose is killing me. I was sick and then I got better and then I got sick again. It went from my nose to my throat and it's just like, ugh. I apologize, guys. I apologize. Um, but anyway, Love is Blind, new season, great. I'm gonna say the episodes 1 and 2, great at hooking you, okay? And the Megan Fox of it all. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a spoiler alert, so you can like mute or fast forward or do what you got to do. It's not that big of a spoiler alert, but like it like kind of teases something that comes in Love is Blind season 6. But anyway, there's this one girl. Her name's Chelsea. Chelsea Bang Bang, right? And she's because obviously the premise of Love is Blind, it's on Netflix. But so the premise is you're dating, but you're in these pods, so you don't see the other person. You only can basically connect with them based off of a non-physical connection. Like it's all emotional. You're supposed to like get to know their intellect. You're supposed to get to know, their personality to see if like you like them. And it's supposed to be totally not based off of looks or aesthetics. But you can ask them about like what they look like. And so there's this one girl, Chelsea, and she tells her date, I believe his name is Jeremy. She tells Jeremy that she that people tell her that she looks like Megan Fox all the time. And I was like, "Oh." And when you see listen, Chelsea's a lovely lady. She's a pretty girl, but like Megan Fox is a very specific, type of person. Megan Fox is like immaculate. Her body, her face, her hair, like everything about Megan Fox is like, ooh. But so Chelsea's like, all the time, people tell me that I look like Megan Fox. She's like, I don't see it, but people tell me that all the time. When you say that, then that's when the other person is like, oh, okay, this girl must look like Megan Fox. And so when you have your options and you have one that looks like Megan Fox and you have a great connection with her, obviously you're going to go for her, right? So then he ends up proposing to her and then he sees her in person. The first 6 episodes are out now, so you can binge episodes 1 through 6 of Love is Blind and then they come out weekly. But so she was telling him that she looks like Megan Fox all the time. So then he proposed to her. And then he finally, after the proposal, is when they finally get to meet each other in person for the first time. And then they're engaged. And then they have to like figure out whether or not they're going to make it to the altar and actually commit to getting married on camera. Wild. But so finally he sees, his Jennifer's Body bombshell for the first time. And then in his confessional, they're asking him about her appearance. And he's just like, well, she definitely lied about her looks. She told me she looks like Megan Fox, but like, it's all good. And I'm like, Jeremy, bro, why are we saying this on camera? That's your fiance. And I just kept thinking of that Flavor of Love clip. Do you remember? I think it was Flavor of Love season 1 with New York and Hottie. Remember Crazy Hottie? And she was just like, my friends all tell me I remind them of Beyonce. And then New York is like, Beyonce, more like Luther Vandross. It's just, and it's literally that moment. It's like Megan Fox. Oh Lord, not Ekin Sue, not Megan Fox. Ooh, sweet baby Jesus, not Megan Fox. They're making a Jennifer's Body sequel. Oh, great. They can hire Megan. Or they can hire Chelsea. I'm sure she's available. She would definitely do a sequel to Jennifer's Body. Listen, I'm just saying, if Brian Austin Green saw Chelsea in the streets, he would be like, ooh, hey, girl, you want to be my next wife? You want to be my next baby mama number 4? Whew. Yeah. Oh, so you can say anything than a dead ringer for no, well, listen, to be fair, people have told me I look like Megan Fox, so I'm not saying I agree with them, but people have told me I look like Megan Fox. It's just like, I feel so bad because it's so mean, Oh my God, the look on the guy's face when she told him that totally turned him on to choose her. Exactly. He was like, oh, she looks like Megan Fox. It's just funny. Like, why would you say that? Like, Megan Fox is like a very, very specific, breed of a person that, like, I definitely. I just went on Twitter and everybody was talking about Megan Fox on Love is Blind. And I was like, Zach, the fact that Flavor of Love season 1 is everything. Oh, Brian, I own the DVD season 1 collection of Flavor of Love. I watched Flavor of Love. I watched Rock of Love, touch my backstage pass, ride my limousine. Charm School, Flavor of Love Charm School, Rock of Love with Monique, Rock of Love Charm School with Sharon Osbourne when she threw the wine on Megan Hauserman and then was like grabbing her by the hair. She was beating her up on stage. Whoo! That was reality TV. I was tweeting with somebody the other day about the peak of reality TV. And they were just like, reality TV used to be raw and real and dark. And I was like, yes. Like today's generation, when they clutch their pearls about Lisa Rinna poking the bear with Kathy Hilton. I'm like, you guys are fucking pussies. Do you not remember? We used to watch Celebrities Detox with Dr. Drew on camera. We would see them shaking and have medical emergencies. Bad Girls Club, Tanisha. People out here watching House of Villains and they don't even know the real ruthless and toothless that these people are. Tanisha with the pants, I ain't gonna sleep because of y'all, so you ain't gonna sleep because of me. I mean, come on. That was peak reality TV. You want to talk about toxic and dark? Oh, clutch my pearls. Pussies. I mean, for real. That shit was wild. Rock of Love, those girls, they would call each other skanks and whores and sluts all the time. I saw a gif the other day on Twitter with Lacey Skulls from Rock of Love when she was with Raven, and then she tried to pull Raven's hair off, and she's like, and the hair didn't come off, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought it was a wig. And I was like, oh my God. This would never fly by today's standards. But Celebrity Rehab, that was real, raw, like wild. These were celebrities in rehab. We would watch their therapy sessions. We would watch them like flip out and attack each other. It was just wild. Wild, wild, wild. I mean, I tried to go back and rewatch like the old trailers of some of those. A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila. Can we talk about how progressive that was? That was like in the early 2000s, and it was Tila Tequila. First of all, that was her name, and she was bisexual. It was the first bisexual dating show. You have to give MTV and VH1 credit for that because you don't give people credit. Now you're like, championing Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for putting Garcelle on the show because she's the first Black woman to join Beverly Hills. But like, hello, put some respect on VH1. They gave New York. She was the first, and Omarosa acknowledges this on House of Villains. Like, New York was the first Black woman to have her own dating reality television show. Like, that in and of itself, iconic. Tila Tequila, the first bisexual woman to have a dating show where half of the contestants are men and half of the contestants are women. Like, wild. So good. I mean, it'll never fly by today's standards, but wow, was it insane. I remember when Rocky's wife was a mess on Celebrity Rehab. Remember when they did Sex Rehab? They did one season of Sex Rehab. That was insane, where all the celebrities came in and claimed they were addicted to sex. I mean, you guys, it was, remember? Oh God, who was the guy? The bald guy with all the Switchy, was that his name? Remember when he like was trying to escape the rehab center? And then they did what's that? The halfway house one. Remember Celebrity House? So excuse me. It was something house, right? It was yeah, it was basically where they went from after rehab and they had to live in that house together in order to get them, reacclimated back into the real world. Like if people thought Lisa Rinna was toxic and ooh, then like they could never handle the true Tiffany Pollard New York. The way she came for those women and called them bitches and sluts and you're fat and you're ugly and bye pumpkin, the pumpkin spits in her face. Could you imagine? Oh, the good old days. Danny Bonaducci. Remember that Breaking Bonaducci? He was a raging alcoholic, and we were watching him go on benders, and the cameras would just follow him. I was like, wow. It was so good. Surreal Life. Oh, man, you guys. It was wild. Truly wild. That's why people want to come in and be like, I want to watch House of Villains. I'm like, bitch, you didn't earn House of Villains. You only earn House of Villains when you know Tiffany Pollard and the Luther Vandross. When you know Tiffany Pollard coming after Delicious's mother for her plastic hair and getting spit on by Pumpkin. You can only appreciate House of Villains when you know the moment Tanisha was banging the pans and she felt that in her soul. You know House of Villains when Jax Taylor was banging Faith on camera with the grandma in the next room. Okay, that is when you appreciate House of Villains. You don't deserve House of Villains. Oof, I Love Money. Oh my God. And the scandal of I Love Money and Megan Wants a Millionaire. You guys, okay, if you really watched those shows back in 2020, I interviewed all of them. I interviewed Lacey Scholes from Rock of Love. I got into a feud with Heather Chadwell that year. I interviewed Megan from Megan Wants a Millionaire. I interviewed Tiffany Pollard. I interviewed Safiri. Remember Safiri? She got kicked out on day one because she beat up Houston. She beat up H-Town with the flowers. Remember, she was beating her up in the bedroom over the bed. She's like, that's my bed. That's my stuff. And she's like, no, it's not. And then she started beating her up. And then they had to like pull them. And then they put them in like the living room together. And Safiri's praying. And then H-Town's like, is that really necessary? Do you need to be praying right now? And Sapphira's like, you better stop interrupting my prayers before God direct me to come over and whip your ass. It's like, oh, yeah. But yes, I interviewed Megan Hauserman from Megan Wants a Millionaire about that whole scandal with Ryan Jenkins. Talked to Lacey Scholes about it. Dave 12-Pack. Talked to 12-Pack about it. You guys, go back and listen to those episodes because that is nostalgia. That is, whew, we got all the tea. All the tea. Remember Next? Oh my God, some of those dating shows on MTV were wild. Do you guys remember Next? People would be coming off of the bus and then they would just sit there and be like, next, next. Like just on first appearance. That was Tinder IRL. Next. Oh God. Or was that the one where depending on how many minutes you stayed on the date, you either got the cash. So if you stayed on the date for 26 minutes, you could either pick $26 or a second date with this person. And then there were people that would legit be like, nah, I would rather have the $26 than go on a second date with you. It was wild. Wild, wild, wild. Uh-oh, look at Megan's getting hot in the comments. Lisa Rinna was not toxic. And Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has been boring since Lisa left. There we go, Megan. There we go. At first, I thought she was going to say that that Lisa Rinna was toxic and that we just whatever. Oh man. Okay, let's move on because Love is Blind just took us on a tangent. The gay next bus was absolutely crazy. I know they'd be like, next. You would walk right off the bus and immediately they'd be like, next. And then the descriptions were so shady too. It'd be like, still lives with his mom and loves to smell his dirty socks. And you'd be like, what? Next. Oh, Nick Lachey was on a reality show and is still on a reality show. Is he not singing? I think his band, what was it? I almost called them 3LW. What was his band's name? Heat? Hot? I don't remember. It was not one of the good ones. Now he's on Love is Blind, but like they do like 30 seconds every like 5 episodes. And it's just like, why are Nick Lachey and his wife here? 98 degrees. There you go. That's right. 98 degrees. Whew. All right. Well, let's take a little pause here. Because you know I love my pups. I love my Sky and my Sully. We just celebrated their 1-year birthday. We got all the pups from the litter, or at least the ones that we could get to come out. And we all met at the dog park over the weekend and we had like a cute little 1-year birthday party for all the pups, which is so cute. We had the best time. But listen, your pet is one of a kind, and so is their journey. Okay, so while every playful moment is a memory in the making, sometimes our cats and dogs are a little too good at getting in trouble. You know what I mean? I know. That's why you should check out ASPCA's Pet Health Insurance. The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program offers customizable accident and illness plans, making it easier for pet parents like you and me to help your pet get the care that they may need. They allow you to customize your plan, helping to ensure that your pet's plan is as unique as they are. Because listen, vet bills can really add up, especially when you're least expecting it. It's simple. Use their app to submit a claim, and you'll receive reimbursement for eligible vet bills directly into your bank account. To explore the coverage, visit aspcapetinsurance.com/no filter. That's aspcapetinsurance.com/no filter. Again, that's aspcapetinsurance.com/no filter. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and not engaged in the business of insurance. And listen, if you're ready to cut out the mess of meal prep or you want to start eating healthier without having the guesswork, Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals make eating better every day easy. Wherever tomorrow takes you, be ready with prepaid, chef-crafted, and dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. You'll have over 35 different options a week to choose from, including keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more. And there's more to enjoy with over 55 nutrition-packed add-ons that help make your weekly meal planning even more delicious. So what are you waiting for? Get started today and have a feel-good week of meals ready to go. It's easy, flexible for your schedule. Get as much or as little as you'd like by choosing 6 to 8 meals per week. Plus, you can pause or reschedule your deliveries at any time. No prep, no mess, none of it. Factor meals are 100% ready to heat and eat, so there's no prepping, cooking, or cleanup afterwards. Head to factormeals.com/nofilter50 and use code nofilter50 to get your 50% off. That's nofilter50 at factormeals.com/nofilter50 for that 50% off. And lastly, listen, guys, I have to tell you, I've been sleeping so comfortably lately. And that's because Ball and Branch makes the softest, most luxurious sheets without any toxins or harsh chemicals. I got some. They're delicious. You and your partner or your partners, listen, my peeps be enjoying them. Ball and Branch sheets, I'm telling you, they're the rarest 100% cotton that's traceable from family farm to your family home. Ball and Branch sheets have a natural, unmatched softness and only get softer with every wash. You can feel the difference with their 30-night worry-free guarantee. Listen, you'll sleep better at night with the softest sheets from Ball and Branch. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code ZACK at ballandbranch.com. That's ball, B-O-L-L, okay? B-O-L-L and branch, B-R-A-N-C-H, ballandbranch.com, and use promo code ZACK. Limited time only, exclusions apply. See site for details, all right? Go give them a try, and they're going to be so, delicious. Zach, do you sleep naked? I don't sleep naked, but I probably should because these Ball and Branch sheets be comfy. Okay, now I know a lot of people want to talk about the Porsha Williams of it all, so let's get into it. Okay, her husband, Simon Guobadia, Porsha Guobadia's hubby, Simon Guobadia Leviosa. So he's facing deportation. He's Nigerian, right? And he's trying to get his U.S. citizenship. But now it seems like some stuff from his past are coming to light and they've come back to haunt him. So, dating back to the early 1980s, he's been accused of multiple accounts of fraud. So he applied for citizenship back in July 22, but I guess he was denied come November. I always get February and November mixed up. Sorry. I always get Valentine's Day and Thanksgiving mixed up too. But yeah, so he applied in July, denied by November 2022, filed a complaint with a request to vacate the denial, and then his case was later dismissed. So it seems like they're like, no, we don't want you here. Was this this is the Biden era. Wow. Biden's like, nope, we don't want you here, Simon. But this is all according to the Jasmine brand. So you can check out the Jasmine brand for the full report. But he supposedly came here back in 1982, but then he voluntarily left in 85 after he was allegedly scamming people with some credit card fraud. He then allegedly returned and was arrested and had to plead guilty to the charges. So then there was also like this arrest for unauthorized use of a vehicle, and then he was using a fraudulent ID in 1990. So it seems like he has multiple infractions against him, um, multiple arrests. But before being deported back to Nigeria, he applied for the Special Agricultural Workers Program using a different name. So then he got approved for a temporary resident status. But again, that was only temporary because he was later deported in 92. But then he allegedly returned to the US again under a new name. And I'm just like, okay, calm down, Monica Garcia. But now he's apparently trying to apply for naturalization with his new name. And it's just, I think he applied like in 2006, and then he applied again in 2020. And so he's just been repeatedly denied. And so now he's now facing the potential of being deported. So oof, convicted of multiple crimes. Yeah, that's why he's not been. It hasn't been too kosher of a time for him in the States, and it seems like he doesn't learn his lesson. Like he keeps kind of repeating the same mistake. Well, actually, maybe they're not mistakes. Maybe like Raquel, he enjoyed engaging in them, and then after the fact, he's like, "Oh no, I just made a little mistake." And it's like, no, you fucked Sandoval's little cocky cock one too many times. Like, how do you accidentally fall on somebody's dick like 24 times? It ain't that accidental. It's not like Fergie. You got me tripping, stumbling, gripping, fumbling. Joe Mendoza says, based on the article, he's pretty much done all the frauds. Yep, all of them. Not just one, not just two, but all of them. So it's interesting that he's still in the US. It's a combination of Monica Garcia Shaw with all the names and frauds. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not a shocker that he's still in the US because he keeps using different aliases, allegedly. So we'll see. Is Guabadia his real name? That's also really dumb of Porsha to then go back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, why did he support that? But he does like he's done work visas, and he's found other ways to skirt his way back into the States. But whew, it happens. I'm very unstable. Why are you unstable, girlfriend? But see, makes you wonder how he got his money. Exactly, Marianne Stout. Sue, hope they have a prenup as Porsha just signed a huge NBC deal. I mean, I don't know. Very interesting that it's coming out right after her Housewives announcement. Well, because now he's coming back into the public light, which again makes it interesting because it's like, why would you go back into the public limelight? Or why would you put yourself into the public limelight considering, your shady deeds, your misdeeds? Mm, 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 mm. Wonder how Portia is going to make her moves after this. Will she get any of the fraud money? Will she move like Teresa or Erica, both or neither? Listen, we'll have to see how this all plays out. Mm. I mean, he could just I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't look good. But everyone's like, Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore better be on it. She better have that hair care clocked in, tapped in, tuned in, turned on. Let's go, Kenya Moore. Dig into it. Be like, what's going on, Portia? That's gonna be good. That's gonna be like, ooh, ooh. Apparently, he didn't learn from Jen Shaw. No, he didn't. Jen Shaw probably learned from him. Why do these people keep signing up for housewives knowing they're criminals? Well, I mean, Portia's not a criminal. Portia is not a criminal, but Simon Guabadia appears to be a criminal. Charged, all the things. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, Lord, not Egg and Sue. Kenya Moore will drag them both, as she should. Bravo is loving it. More ratings. At this point, Bravo is just becoming, detective TV. It's all the legal scandals. Like that's become like Bravo has just been the legal scandal central. But if he really is that like rich, then Portia wouldn't need to do Houses of Atlanta. It appears he is rich. Remember, she was just driving like a Ferrari in the ocean, like literally driving a car on the ocean. I mean, it was a boat, but they had it shaped like a car. So, oof. The fact that people are scamming the elderly or taking advantage of people in Ponzi schemes and want to put their lives in public is wild. Narcissism and self importance is wild. It really is. Mm, 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 mm. Oh Lord, not acting so. Not acting so. But so what else happened? Oh, we had the People's Choice Awards. We had Kathy and Kyle reunited, and it feels so good. They were reunited at the People's Choice Awards. And let me just say, the ladies of Beverly Hills, I do love them, but my God, these were some of their worst fashion looks. Like the worst. Kyle didn't look too bad. She was wearing like this, I mean, it was a little teeny boppery, but she was wearing this like green dress. Anne Marie looked awful in her like I don't like these like feathery dresses that people are wearing these days, but like I don't know. These ladies they were not serving this round at all. Like I love the Beverly Hills ladies, but the fashion's not there. I think Kathy Hilton maybe looked the best. Um Garcelle's was interesting. I mean, listen, Garcelle interesting is putting it politely. Garcelle was probably the worst of all of them. She was wearing I don't even know how you would describe what she was wearing or why she was even wearing it. I was like, "Oh no." That was a real Ekin-Su moment because I was just like, it was I was just like, ugh. It was not Kathy Hilton looked the best. She was wearing like this white she was wearing the Denise Richards jacket, but in white. But she had like an all white like look, she looked lovely. I think Kathy looked, you know, I don't want to say age appropriate because I feel like that's disrespectful, but like Kathy looked lovely. Anne Marie was wearing like this flowy, like I mean, you can see the pictures on Twitter, but she was wearing all red. People were saying she looked like a blood clot, which I mean, to be fair, she kind of did look like a blood clot. Like just the internal veins of blood, but like all clotted up together, and all bunched up. I listen, Anne Marie's looking great. She looked like she had a little bit of a glow up, but this dress was not glowing up. It was a shame. Kyle looks cute. It's very like poison ivy, but like sexy poison ivy. I It was very, it's cute. It's probably my second favorite aside from Kathy Hilton's Garcelle. Oh man, Garcelle. I just Garcelle was really, whew, really committed to like just being the worst dressed on this cast at all times. Listen, Garcelle's a beautiful woman, but like her team just can't seem to stick the landing when it comes to her fashion. Like it's not hard to make Garcelle look lovely, but like somehow her team like really tries hard to not make her look lovely. She's a lovely woman. She's a gorgeous woman, but her outfit, she's wearing like this it's a black dress, long sleeves. Dress goes all the way down to the ankles, okay? All black, but then it has these like these silver like dots. It's just like a black dress with these metallic silver dots all over it. She has these like black gloves on that look like they're dishwashing gloves, but they're black with this dress. Her shoes are cute. They're the metallic silver. They're regular classic heels. And then she has this ugly necklace on that's like it's all these it reminds me of it's very like Xenon Girl of the 21st century, but like, what we would dress up as like if we were doing like Halloween from Party City, like a Party City neon girl of the 21st century outfit. Like we're fashion forward, we're futuristic, but we're not, you know? It was just a little bit of a disaster. A lot of bit of a disaster. Crystal also looked very nice, but my issue with Crystal's outfit, she was wearing what appeared to be like a jumpsuit, right? Like a romper. Would that be considered a romper if it's long? Yeah, but like a long sleeve, long legged romper. However, it wasn't a romper, it was a dress, but it's like built like a romper. I think had it been a romper and had the legs been individual, I think Crystal would have nailed this look. But the fact that it's just a long, flowy dress with a slit down the middle that kind of gives us the illusion of a romper without it fully hitting that mark just did not do it for me. It was almost there. It was almost there, but it didn't land either. I mean, to say Garcelle didn't land, she crashed and burned is like an atomic bomb. But Crystal almost, she made it to Earth. It was just a rough ride. And then Erica's, oh man, this one was also a little rough. It looked like she was wearing like a little lingerie nightie, but then she had the gloves on, the long gloves that also had this like twirly embellishment at the top. Her shoes are cute. The dress is fine. I don't love the gloves. And the hair just wasn't it. And then you see the cast all together and you're just like, oh, Erica really looks like she is not friends with any of them. She does not want to be there. Like Anne Marie is smiling like she is just so happy to be there. And Erica's just like, I'm reluctantly having to stand next to these women. I mean, yeah, this was not their best fashion. Dorit was a little more simple. She had a black dress on. Dorit always does really well, but like, oof, the entire cast picture is a disaster. Let's be real. Yeah, it is. Listen, I was trying to find the best of the worst. Listen, Kathy Hilton, I think looks lovely. I think Kathy Hilton looked great, and Kyle looked fine. What's with the gloves? I don't know why everybody is so into the gloves lately. Where Sutton? I don't know where Sutton was at. I don't know why she wasn't there. Well, Erica wants her apology, Zach. Oh, she got her apology. Oh, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I get what Erica was doing, but the ladies, we've all entered the Tom Brown and Daniel Rosenberry for Shy Perella era. I don't know what that means. I'm not very into fashion. I just know this is not it. You feel me? Oh, Sutton's in Cabo. Oh, good for her. Live your best life, girl. Have some margaritas. Yeah, the gloves have got to go. I'm not loving the gloves. Like the gloves are very love gloves. They're having their fashion moment. But the gloves are very specific, right? Like you have to do it. Sutton's in Europe. Is Sutton in Cabo or is Sutton in Europe? Where is she at? She's just globetrotting right now. Good for her. But so the gloves, I think, can work with the right outfit, the right glove, the right style. These ladies just, I don't think, delivered on the glove moments. Anne Marie's looks rough. But yeah. All right, well, that's all the tea I got for you guys. Didn't she pass out at the reunion? Yes, Sutton passed out at the reunion. And now she's living her best life. She's like, listen, I'm going to go out with a bang. Okay, she's in Cabo, for anyone wondering. Opera gloves for men are in. Again, it depends on how they are worn. But yeah, Real Housewives are taking it too far. They're starting to look ridiculous and not real. Yeah. For some latex gloves work for other things at night. Good point, Joe. Good point. All right, guys. I think that's all I got. But yeah. But thank you for tuning into No Filter with Zach Peter. Tune into Disaster Daters. It's my new show with me and Jeff Epstein. You can listen to it on all of your favorite podcast platforms, or you can watch it exclusively on Spotify. Go tune into Disaster Daters. The reviews are in. If you guys are listening to it on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review there. Let us know what you're enjoying about the show, what your favorite part of the show, what your favorite story has been so far. 6 episodes only. It is a limited series. So go and tune into it. Disaster Daters with me and Jeff. Don't miss it. It's going to be good. And don't miss me on Jeff Lewis Live. I will be on Jeff Lewis Live this Wednesday on Sirius XM. So be sure to tune in this Wednesday, which means we won't be live here on Wednesday because I have to go tape Jeff Lewis Wednesday, and that will be live. So just a heads up. Wednesday may be a pre-record, and maybe I'll drop it a little earlier in the day. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Give me a follow at Just Plain Zach all over the internet if you want to keep up with me. Follow the podcast at No Filter with Zach if you want to keep up with all the latest podcast shenanigans. And stay tuned because there will be more tea to come. If you guys find hot, juicy stories that you want me to cover, definitely DM them to me. And I will talk to you later. Ciao for now. All right. Love you. Mean it. Bye.